Good morning, manifestors. It's Paula from the 411 on manifesting. Welcome back to my channel. How was your weekend, everybody? I have to tell you about my weekend because I stayed home. I literally stayed home and it was wonderful. I was sort of looking back at my calendar and it appears that I have not been home for a weekend in probably almost 2 months. So, and don't get me wrong, my life is amazing. Oh, I have an amazing life. I've just been away and busy and having all kinds of fun. So I stayed home this weekend. I still had fun, but I looked after some very, very much needed housework and got groceries and did some other really cool stuff besides crocheting. Yeah, no, I love to crochet. If I was to flip the camera around right now, you would see all of the yarn that I have because I organized my office. Oh, it felt so good to do that. So something kind of funny happened. I order a lot of yarn. I've, always got like a cart going for Michaels and Amazon just because I go through so much. So I always sort of, if I get rid of one, I throw another one in my cart, that type of thing, so I don't run out. As I was organizing my office this weekend, I stumbled across an unopened box, a very large box. In fact, it wasn't hidden. I don't know why I didn't see it. Whatever. Anyways, I opened it up and there was probably about $150 worth of yarn in there. Then when I was cleaning behind one of my coat racks, I also found a bag of yarn. So there you go. Look what happens when you clean. It's absolutely, amazing. Huh? So that was a micro win for me, by the way. I was able to empty my cart off of Amazon and Michaels, save myself about $150. So that was a micro win. That went in my micro win journal. Speaking of journals, you all know that watch my channel that I recently have published a journal series on the 411 on manifesting. And today I'm going to introduce my fourth journal in this series. It's going to be backwards, sorry. This is the Manifest Your Perfect Partner workbook. This is my first full color guided journal workbook. I absolutely love this workbook. Probably about the last 3 or 4 months, I've kind of been taking a look at my life and sort of realizing why I've made myself so busy this past 2 years. Like, I have made myself completely unavailable and completely unapproachable and very busy and always got things going on that I cannot even fit a minute into my life to share with somebody else. And I think I've done that on purpose. I don't have the best track record for relationships. I'm not saying that they're all bad. They're all learning experiences is how I'm choosing to look at them now. But I didn't really want to have any new learning experiences for a while because of the last learning experiences were doozies. That's all I'm going to say on that. But I knew that I really needed to make some changes. I need to make some changes in myself, but I also needed to realize that what I was asking for was not coming to me in the way that I wanted. And that's because I just wasn't asking for the right things. And I really needed to retrain my brain on getting what I asked for. So I created this workbook. This workbook is not just for single people. This workbook is for married people or people in partnerships already that would like to improve their partnership. It's very important too. So just going to give you some for instances. There's a whole section on personality traits, physical traits that you're looking for in your partners, spiritual traits, financial traits that you're looking for. One thing that I've found in doing the research for this workbook is that you're going to make a list of what it is. Say we'll start with personality traits. You're going to make a list of personality traits that you want your perfect partner to have. Then you're going to make a list of the personality traits you possess that you want your perfect partner to have. Then you're going to make a list of the personality traits you don't possess. possess, sorry. In doing that, you're going to find that for everything that you're wanting in a partner, you're going to need to become that yourself. And that's a real hard one. That's a real hard one to have a look at. I know that when I did this work, I actually did the workbook. I actually did all these exercises myself, of course. And I think one of the hardest ones I had is that I actually want a partner who's very physically active. In doing that, I think because it will make me become very physically active. But I need to become physically active first. Like first, I need to do that. I don't need to wait for someone to come into my life and then do it because they're doing it. Because ultimately what will happen is I will become very resentful of that. I will make excuses, and before the relationship gets out of the water, it's going to completely, drown. So those are just, some different exercises in there about looking for your perfect partner and about having to become all those qualities yourself. It talks about what is blocking you. So there's a lot of different blocks that I think mostly women go through, but certainly men, not discounting that whatsoever. Getting your home ready for your perfect partner. If you're sleeping in the middle of the bed, if you're not making room in your bedroom for someone, that kind of thing. Do you have enough space for somebody to actually eventually move in with you, or share a home or those kind of things? So lots of different little exercises in getting ready. Past relationship issues, dealing with the past, the X factor, what I like to call it. There's, I know a lot of us have, had a person in our life maybe for a long time that had a really big impact on us. And leaving a relationship like that and going into a new one can be really tough, especially if you've still got, feelings or anything unresolved towards that ex-partner. So there's a bit of exercises in that and just sort of getting, very grounded in what you're looking for and how to say goodbye to some things that maybe weren't healthy for you. So there's a lot of visualization practices, which I love. This is one of my favorite ones. I've done this quite a few times. And I really like it. Visualizing your perfect day with your perfect partner. So there's, a couple of blank pages to write that down in. And essentially what you're going to do, I'm just going to read you a little snippet of it because I really like this one. When you envision yourself with your perfect partner, what do you see? Do you live in a different home? In a different city? Where do you see yourself and your partner on vacation? What kind of activities do you enjoy together? What does a perfect day look like with your perfect partner? So honestly, this is an exercise that you can totally, the sky's the limit, man. The sky is the limit. You write down absolutely everything that you want in having a perfect day with your perfect partner. Oh, I just love this exercise. So where can I meet my perfect partner? I find that a lot of women really struggle with this, especially those that, don't like to go to the bar or don't like online dating. I don't like online dating myself. I'm not a fan of it. I've had some, and I might have some limiting beliefs around that, but I've had some pretty bad experiences that have really made me want to stay away from online dating. But anyway, that might be another vlog. Where can I meet my perfect partner? So lots of different ideas for you, for whoever to meet their perfect partner on there. There is a hobbies and interest page, and then making a list of some new things that you might want to try, researching your area to see what's available to you to do things. So honestly, it's quite a good book to sort of get you going. There's a game in here, the social roulette game. I'm not going to give that one away, but it's a lot of fun. I haven't tried it yet. I'm actually I think I'm going to do it in September. September is my new year. So a lot of people have their new year in January. September is my new year. I've always thought that. Always feels like a fresh start to me because fall is my favorite season and I'm just getting out of summer. So that's something I'm really going to do in September and I'm kind of excited about it. And let's see what else we have here. Meditation and love. So there is an entire page based on meditation. So lots of YouTube meditations that you can do on self-love as well as just attracting, your perfect person. Self-love practices. There's recommendations for self-love practices as well for you to list when you yourself do some self-love stuff. The practice of gratitude and finding your perfect partner. This is a really, really important one. When you express gratitude for something that you haven't gotten yet, what you're doing is you're living in the belief of it, the belief that it's already happened. So you're acting internally in your brain like it's already happened. So when you're expressing gratitude for a perfect partner, you would say things like, I am so happy and grateful that my perfect partner is on their way to me. And then you get that feeling, that excited feeling like, oh, I can't wait. They're on their way. I'm so excited. I can't wait to meet them. And, that kind of thing. So you're getting that feeling inside of you, which is really, really important. I'm so happy and grateful now that my perfect partner has entered my life. I'm so happy and grateful that I have the best relationship with my perfect partner. So again, just gratitude about something that hasn't come yet. Or if you're in a partnership, gratitude for the person that you're with. That's a real important one to note. When you express gratitude for the person that you're currently with in your relationship, especially if maybe you're going through a rough patch. I have a friend that went through this, and she was, just getting to the point where she was super, super annoyed with her partner, and everything that they did was like just driving her crazy. And so, we talked about it, and this wasn't like that long ago, but we talked about it. And I said, make a list of everything that they do right. Like, make a list of everything that they do right and all the little special things that they do for you. And, in doing that, she was really able to kind of take a look at what she really appreciated about her partner. And it ultimately did help things. So I think that's just a really important one if you're currently in a relationship as well. There's a lot of important thoughts and gratitude at the end of every page of, or not every page, but every little section of this workbook. Because honestly, this can be some pretty tough work for some of us. So I really want to encourage you to make sure and write down what you're feeling at the end of each exercise. It's important to really recognize that and recognize which exercises actually affect you the most, because those might be the ones that you have to work on. So yeah, of course, the X Factor, which we talked about. Creating a love altar. There's steps how to create your love altar. Writing a letter to your perfect partner. That's not a visualization exercise. This is just an actual letter like you would write if you've been in the relationship for maybe years and years and years, and it's wonderful, and you want to write down like just everything you appreciate about your partner. The impatience factor. I cannot stress this one enough. I have talked about this with money. When you're impatient with what you're wanting, it sets it right back to zero. So you have to just keep acting. You have to keep acting like it's on its way, and you have to get excited about it, because it's not like you have to keep acting, because it actually is on its way. But for some of us that maybe have had a bit of a rocky road with love, sometimes you have to pretend. You got to play pretend. And kind of dig down deep and sort of get those feelings back that you remember what it was like, when you first meet someone, and just kind of get that excitement back, because that is what manifesting is. Manifesting is believing before you see it. So when you're believing and feeling those feelings of what it's like when you had someone amazing in your life before, you're going to bring that back to you again. Honestly, it is a really good journal for just getting started back in the dating game. It's really, again, it can be a little bit hard for some of us, but it's really good to write down all these things that are blocking you, and there might be things that you discover when you do this work that you really didn't know were maybe blocking you. I know I did. It's important to note that I have a pretty good group of friends, of girlfriends in my life. And at one point, not very long ago, we were all single together. I am the only single one left. So, and you know what? I'm extremely happy for all of my friends that have found people in their life, because I am so happy for them. I think it's absolutely amazing. But yeah, I'm the only one, so I got to work on this now. I think it's time. I've wanted to for a while now. I've just got to get some more things in order and I'm ready to go. So I think even writing this workbook was a big step for me to start getting ready. So yay! Anyway, that is my blog for today. We went over a little bit of time. And again, this is Manifest Your Perfect Partner Workbook. I will leave the link for this on Amazon. It is $20 and it is a full guided journal workbook. It's a lot of fun. I think you'd find it really useful if you're looking for somebody, or again, just wanting to improve the relationship that you're in. Thank you, everybody. I hope you have an amazing Monday. If you are not already subscribed, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Be sure to like this video. I'd love to hear any comments below on if you've manifested your perfect partner, any steps you took towards doing it, or any questions that you just might have on this. I would love to hear about it. Thank you again. Have an amazing day. If nobody tells you this week, I love you. We'll talk to you soon. Bye.